Mirror's silent terror. They say if you wake up at exactly 3:33 a.m., you shouldn't look in the mirror. I'd always dismissed it as superstition until last night. I stirred awake, the air in my small apartment heavy with a silence so thick it pressed against my eardrums. The only light came from the flicker of my phone charging on the dresser, casting faint shadows that danced across the walls. That's when I noticed it. In the mirror above my desk, a second reflection stood behind me, its movements just a fraction too slow, its eyes fixed on the back of my head. I froze, too terrified to breathe, as I watched my own body shift under the covers. But the reflection, a shape that should have been me, lagged behind, blinking when I did not, fingers flexing when my hands were still. The urge to scream battled with the instinct to stay utterly silent. If I stayed quiet, maybe it wouldn't notice I was awake. My heart hammered so loudly, I was sure it could hear. I tried to recall if I'd read about sleep paralysis causing hallucinations, but my limbs weren't frozen. I could move, I just didn't dare. Minutes crawled by. The reflection's mouth began to open and close, mouthing words I couldn't hear. Behind the glass, its smile stretched wider, the corners splitting in a way no human face should. It pressed its palms against the inside of the mirror, as if testing the barrier between our worlds. I squeezed my eyes shut, counting to 10, willing it to disappear. When I looked again, it was still there, closer now, its breath fogging up the glass. Then my phone vibrated sharply, the screen lighting up with a message. "Why are you awake?" I glanced down, my own face staring back at me from the lock screen, except my reflection in the mirror was still moving, lips curling into a silent snarl. The realization hit me, cold and final. The thing in the mirror wasn't a reflection. It was waiting for me to make a sound, to acknowledge it, so it could step through and become real. Now I'm sitting here, afraid to make a single noise, because somewhere just behind the glass, I know it's listening.